Hey y'all, what's going on? The Coastal Critiques is back yet again for another recap and review of the Real Housewives of Dubai. This is still season 2. We are on episode 8 now, and the episode is entitled The Sisterhood of the Traveling Voice Note. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Hi.
I forgot my pillow, doggone it. Hey,
Huh?
I said I forgot my pillow. Hey, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? How my sister doing? You look so pretty.
I'm good. How are you? So are you. I like your braids.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure
Well, I feel like we both were channeling pink today because how good Lisa Milan was looking on What Happens,
She did.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I meant to get a picture of that because unfortunately, y'all, I didn't have time to get any pictures this week. But let's see, she more than likely posted it.
A picture of herself,
Yeah,
huh?
here it is.
I want to go get my pillow, y'all. I want to go get the pillow. Hold on.
Watch it happen live. Yes, I love those.
Oh my! Did you look the boots up, sister? I said those boots. He said who they were and everything. I said my sister might have already found the boots because I want those boots.
I do. I could definitely use some of those boots.
Oh my god! And you can't even see the iridescentness of those boots. Oh yes, move, baby, move.
I follow her stylist. Does she have the same? I want to say she uses the same stylist as Wendy. So I definitely followed her because I live for the fashions and I definitely live for anything pink. So just stunning. We cannot.
Absolute gorgeousness. So that's why I put on pink today, and I just put a really pretty background on my background today because I was like, they showed out this. They were showing out, but this beautiful. Oh man, I didn't mean to do this. Hold on, y'all.
I love pink. It's been I somehow have made pink my unofficial color for the summer. So even though it's my favorite color, I feel like I don't wear it as much as other people wear their favorite colors. So everybody was telling me under my recent Instagram post that I need to wear pink more, and that's my color. So
it is. You look so pretty at the Derby. Side note, y'all. Oh my gosh, you look so pretty. I love the way your hat did what it's supposed to do. Gave you shade, and you was able to give a little shade to your friend. Like nobody can really see on one side, but on the other side they can see you a little bit. You look so pretty, and you and my brother look so handsome. He had on a pink suit.
He did. He just bought that. I told him last month to get that suit because we saw it in Express, and I was like, you never know when you might need a pink suit. And then what happened? We went to the Derby, and he pulled out that pink suit. Style.
Did you put that? You should have put that on there. Y'all look so pretty, and so did you and your friends. Y'all all look so good. I love. One of the girls had one of a hat that I probably would have wore, which with like a little bitty flower, but it just looks like a flower sitting on your head.
I posted on TikTok, but I didn't post on Instagram yet. I had like 3 other like hat options. Thanks to the outage that happened last week, the one I really wanted to wear didn't come in time. So
wow.
I wasn't even supposed to wear that hat, but my friend was like, oh, you could wear a sun hat. Like, that's going to be just as fine. I was like, oh, okay. So I did. And, I finessed it because that's what I do. But that wasn't what I was supposed to wear.
With a flowy dress. I was like, my sister's giving sexy without even being so sexy. It was just like, you just,
era,
I love it. And that's just what you look. Mm-hmm. Yes, bring it back, sis, because child, these people think they think bodies is fads and things. So we gotta get out of that. That's bodies and things like that. And fads are on clothing and hairstyles and makeup.
Yeah.
Bodies don't go out of style, and get new bodies don't make you in style. So stop it unless you are working out for the body. Now that's totally different. Okay.
Just saying.
Hey, always that number one girl. Thank you for joining us. Look at her hat. While we talking about hats, okay, girl, I see you with your hat on that hat, girl.
The hat. I love the hat. Hey,
Yes.
princess.
Hey,
Yeah,
Princess.
she got us playing on at the same time, y'all. So if you have not liked on both channels, go on ahead, hit that like button on my Good Sis California Cuties channel as well as my channel because we are streaming from both channels. And make sure
As
you're
I hit the like button
all
myself.
those things. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just hit the like button because I have it on. I have it down here on my phone. Okay. And I'm on my sister's channel. I'm not even on mine. I'm on my sister's channel.
I
I'm on her
I
channel.
I appreciate we appreciate it, y'all. So don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to California Cutie, but you're subscribed to me, then subscribe to California Cutie and then vice versa. Let's keep the conversation going in those comments once the class concludes. And yeah, share us with your people. You know, all the things, all the things. Same. It's a different week, but nothing changed. So y'all know what to do. You're not new here.
But you're true here. Y'all better keep it true. Come stay with your peoples. Come stay with
Mhm,
the girls, the pretty
mhm,
girls.
mhm.
Okay.
Oh
Good.
yeah. Shout outs to the finals. Oof.
Come on. I
Power
know
to you.
you know what that is.
I do, and that is exactly why I'm saying more power to you because, honey, those finals used to want to make me just scream really loud. Yeah,
She got through it and she graduated just recently, y'all, just this past summer. Well, before summer,
I
actually.
did. I did.
She
It's
did it, y'all. So yes, I wish I had the clapping. Oh, you do have the claps. You have the you have the stuff.
I do. I do. I do have
We forget.
claps. I do have claps, claps, claps.
You're supposed to be taking your bow. And
Yeah,
there she is.
yes, yes, y'all. Hey,
Baby.
Kevin. Good to see you
Yes.
again.
And you're not late today. You on
Yeah,
time.
we haven't even
We
started.
we were late for you.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
were.
y'all.
We were.
We yeah, we were. We were a little late today, but all is well. We're all doing good. The episode was. What do you think, Barb? What are you gonna rate this episode as?
I enjoyed it a lot more today when I really was able to really sit and watch it for real. Cause I mean I was watching it last night, but I kind of got sidetracked with other stuff. So
Mhm.
at first I was like, oh, it must be boring. That must be why I got sidetracked. But then I rewatched it today and I was like, oh, okay. There were some things I need to expound upon. And we're gonna of course get into it like we always do. But I want to say if I had to like rate it, I mean I would give it I'll probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10. A
Okay.
respectable, like a strong solid 7.5. Uh
Okay.
yeah. What about
I was.
you?
I was gonna go on and go off on an 8. I was
Yeah,
gonna give
I
it a
can respect
strong.
an 8 too. I
Yeah, I figured you was on like when you said strong 7.5. I was like, she's it's
yeah,
basically
just round it up to an 8.
if it's strong, it's just I don't want to give them too much, but like you said, there was a lot of things revealed. Woo, this is the best part of it that they keep just peeling back these onion layers
Of
that
it.
I am loving. Like literally, I'm loving it. It's
Yeah.
like they're just giving us just enough to seep out, just enough. And then we love that they are also um Andy's team is being very strategic with the what's happening afterwards, the after shows who he's putting on the show. I can't think of it. I want to say what's happening. Period. And that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Doggone about to rerun Raj and
Yeah.
and Dwayne. Hey. Like, okay. Anywho, that's why I want to think. That's what I think of when I think about this show. So sorry, Andy. You know how we love you. We have a love-hate relationship. But anyhow, I love the fact that he's putting like last week we had Brooks. Brooks had her moments was last week where we was just we're been side eyeing her, but we really gave her the side eye. And then she was on the show to give us more information to side eye her. And then tonight, last night, same thing. We ended out with Lisa with a bang at the end of the show, and then we turn around and who's on with Andy but Lisa. So I'm enjoying the full hour and a half of the show that has the lowest ratings, but is off the chain.
Wait, where are we at this week? Hold
Can
on.
you find out for me, because
I
I am
always
so mad that their ratings are so low when literally they took it back to the basics.
well, this is last week because the episode obviously only was last night, so we haven't gotten this week's totals, but last week was 312, which it would have
Oh,
said
that went up.
yeah, it went up. It would have said season low if not. But I mean, I feel like that's still not good though, because
Mhm.
especially because we knew that last week was going to be some ish. Like
Mhm.
people always, tune in when they think a fight is about to happen. So even though it wasn't the lowest, it still was not great. I hope this week is better. I don't want to see it get canceled because I do think we have something to work with here.
Mhm.
And I do think that they can really bring it, but it's just again those factors that just don't allow these women to thrive right now, which is the marketing, the day of the week, and just the fact that they waited so long. I think that they were done a disservice from the get go. As soon as they decided to prolong airing this season for more than 6 months, it was going to be doomed. I'm sorry.
That's so true. We've been saying that about all across the board, y'all.
Do
All
you think
the way
that
across the board.
I want to ask though, do you think that because I mean, I haven't been following it play by play here, and I know you haven't either, but we both are very much aware that the ladies have been going back and forth online and there's been a lot of stuff online and whatnot. Do you guys think that they tend to kick up more drama online these days because of the viewership being so low and stuff? Do you think that they're trying to like do that to like, you know, get people's attention? Would you say that?
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry. I kind of daydreamed a little bit because I was thinking about my goddaughter and why she ain't in my chat because she watched the show with me today. So I'm sorry. I started daydreaming a little bit. Say that
Uh,
again.
no, I'm just saying like a lot of the ladies, I want to say most recently it was Stanbury and Lisa going back and forth online. Then we see, Brooks rattling off her threads all the time. Do you all think that they're keeping up a lot of the drama online because of the low ratings and stuff and to kind of just get people's attention? Do you think they're playing it?
Absolutely trying to give themselves some advertisement.
Mhm.
Start, yeah, make some drama online so that so it will bring the people. Who are these ladies? Why are they arguing? What they talking about? Why they, this is not the first, but maybe the second, maybe third time I've seen them on my timeline talking about some stuff. So yeah, sometimes it's what you got to do. It used to kind of work, but because we're behind, so far behind, or there's so much, where the present has nothing really to do with what's going on there. And I'm sure they're watching the show and then it brings up more arguments because now they get to see the confessionals, because you can be talking about what we're
Mhm.
talking about right now, like how you and I are. But when I get in them confessionals and I, had a little drink or something, or, a little liquid courage and or not, because Sarah doesn't drink as much. So I don't want to put that on everybody, but I'm just saying sometimes it is what it is. And you get behind the confessionals, and depending on how good your producer is, who is talking to you most of the time, that producer is able to bring some things out of you when you feel so comfortable that they say the things that's very
Mhm.
either controversial, the really way they really felt about it, and didn't say it to the person that they was talking to. So yeah, you have to make moments. And yes, I do agree that they are, or at least yes, I do think that's what they're using. They're trying to use tactics to bring some attention to their show.
Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't the only one thinking that that's probably a bit of it. I'm not saying that the things that they're hurling back and forth, they're not any truth to it at all. But of course, I do feel like they're playing it up a little bit more because at this point, it's either we've seen franchises get canceled, Dallas, DC. We've seen them get canceled. So, I mean, I'm not judging them for doing, self promo because if y'all not gonna do it, then who is?
Man.
My good sis been working out, and I just got a notification I need to get in mine. Yes, I'm going to the gym as soon as we get off of here. As soon as we get off of here.
Yes, ma'am. I did 7.75 miles today, baby. I did 4 miles before Colette even got to the park. I'm just saying.
That's
I got her at 5:58 this morning. So that's why I'm sitting here trying to fuel up, because I had a protein shake. It kept me, busy or not hungry this whole time. And then of course it's time to go on. I got 15 minutes. I'm like, let me make me egg white. Let me make me a couple of sausages, and I made me a cheese toast. I was like, I need something. So forgive me that I am eating on. I had a couple of bites of my food.
You got to get that, calorie intake.
I did, because I lost a lot of calories today. I ran a lot of calories off.
Right.
So yeah, I've been doing my thing, y'all. I've been doing my thing.
Yes, that did happen, princess. That did happen. I did master it, but I appreciate you. Oh, you said make a heart? Make a heart. Well, it's not working.
Because you want it too bad. It wants to show out. Yeah, she did do it. She could do it like that, and that thing go. I'll be like,
it's not working today. Okay.
Oh, that's so blooded. That's all right.
Anyway,
so, let's get into it. So I'll start. You want me to start off? Because you always start. I'll start off a little bit.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, we start off with Stansberry in the bed with her honey. No, that's his honey, but her husband, Sergio. They have on matching pajamas. And, they discuss how disturbing it was for them to have that housewarming the night before, and how the same way I felt about it, Stansberry felt the same way, how rude it was for bonehead Brooks to come in there with some sage, burning off spirits that's not even been in there yet, because they ain't moved there yet. They built it from the ground up. There's nothing there to go sage. So she discussed that she didn't like that, and how disappointing it was for them, just to show their behinds at their house. It was just crazy. And so it was funny, because Sergio's looking at his wife, and her hair's in this, pulled up in this thing, and it's just a messy bun. She got a little eye patch covering her eyes on top of her hair. He looks at her and he says, "Baby, honey, you're so sexy. You look so sexy with your hair like that." And she was like, thank you, Sergio. He was like, Tiki. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. Your wife don't want to be talked to in that manner. Like, I don't like that. Don't ask me for Tiki. I'd rather you could just come grab what you want, or come let me know you want it, but don't ask me, or don't say something so corny like Tiki ? Like, don't do that. That's a turn off. I'd rather you be like, y'all gonna have to leave because I got some business to take care of with my wife. Let the cameras leave. That's how you do that. That just irritated me. He did that. I was like, what you feel about that scene? He irritated me with that.
The main thing that I focused on, aside from just as soon as he comes on and I'm like, oh my God, aside from that, the real like meat and potatoes, I feel like, of this conversation, or something that was revealing to me, was how they both backed up like Rafi basically, and just blamed everything on Brooks. And although Brooks has her faults with her, although she played her part in that whole thing, it's just like, I feel like in his eyes, he was all like, oh, like he's like the best human ever. I hate when people say stuff like that, because it's like that places these people on a pedestal as if they can do no wrong. And I feel like he played just as much of a part. Like, you should, if you're going to be mad at people, you should be mad at everybody. Don't just be mad at this one versus that one, because he got it started. And I also heard that he said some stuff that they didn't even air. He was really going off and stuff, and got real, irate or whatever. So I just can't agree with that. I'm sorry. And I still don't feel like there's anything wrong with Brooks saying what she said when she said, "Is your husband challenging me?" Like, come on now. I do understand Stanbury being anxious about going on the trip following, that whole ordeal. And I also thought it was interesting to point out that this is her first trip, like since before the pandemic. Then actually,
without what? Without what?
The backpack. So, okay, we just gonna have to sue. Did you see what he was like when she was like, "Oh yeah, he said we should get double loos, double toilets"? I was like,
"Is that what he said? Is that what he said?"
Do not let Sergio be the reason why you do not get a call next season, or as shout outs to Rodney the Voice would say, a pink slip in a white box next season. Let him be the reason, and it's just gonna be an oh well, because he is so annoying. Oh my gosh, so annoying.
You made a couple of good points I forgot about because I just put those two in. She should have a little feeling a ways about going out of town with the ladies that just argued in her house, because y'all did not leave on a happy note. I really wouldn't want to see none of them. Like, I can't believe that. And as far as your point goes, as it makes sense that he said more than that, because Lisa jumped in and said, "You don't be talking to no women like that." In a way it was shown to us. I'm like, he didn't really say much other than these cameras. I don't care about these cameras. Like, I'm gonna still do me and don't get, so I was like, okay, that's the true fact. Then, and was he raised in Dubai? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not for sure. Don't know. So I was thinking maybe he's not raised there.
Rafi. No, remember he grew up in the States, and then after he graduated from college, he moved over there and helped his dad with the business.
So Talene and him are from the States, and so they act like us. Mm-hmm. They are like us. Like they like us. So when he said that, he meant that. And when and I noticed even when Talene said, my husband's taking up from me. Where's your husband? The way her neck and the way she postured, I said, oh yeah. She lived in LA for sure. For sure, she did. And then on top of that, I just knew. I was like, yeah, they were raised there, or if Rafi was raised there, then I can understand that. You're right. He shouldn't have popped off. But yeah, he's not from there. And he probably felt like, girl, I'm watching you. I've been watching you dogging my wife out or side busting. And I'm not like that. I'm not about to let you keep side busting on my wife. And he kept saying, that I can even say it out of his own mouth. I can talk to her like that. That's my sister. I know her. Like, I was like, yeah, you definitely from where I'm from. Like, you literally from where I'm from. Because literally, if my brother, who I claim is my play brother, and you out of line, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. And if you jump raw with me and your wife is standing there, yeah, we're gonna have a problem, because I'm going to pop off on you, man. And your wife don't get it too, because now I want to pop her for wanting to pop you. So I get it. Like, I literally get why she's like, you can't talk to me like that. You shouldn't. He shouldn't have got in it. But at the same time, I understand he's not from there. So that's why the etiquette was different. Totally different. So, and as far as mistakes in humans and putting people on pedestals, don't do that. He's the perfect human being you ever seen. How many times you sat with Rafi? Twice? Maybe 3 times? He is giving you his representative. You don't know nothing about the real Rafi yet. Oh, well, now you do, because he showed us at your house.
You're saying, you're attributing it to them being from the States. Yeah, that could be the reason, or it could also
one of the reasons. Like, I mean,
the other reason could also be what I said a couple weeks ago, which is he wants to be the Joe Gorga of the group.
You did say that.
So maybe a moment.
Well, he did that. He made a stupid moment. Mm-hmm. That was, and the fact that they cut some of that scene makes me really want to know what he said. But before we move on, I do want to say hi to Shanna. Is that how you do? Hi, Shanna. Thank you for joining us. And then my youngest is in the building. He's brought us some cuties, and he brought us some pink hearts. Hey, Nikki Mac. So yeah, y'all. I'm sorry. So I'm glad you brought those points up, because I literally did what you did. I watched it last night. I fell asleep. I rewatched it this morning, and then I was just like, dang. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. You want to proceed on? You can, and then I will follow up behind you.
So it is now one day before the Bali trip, y'all. Of course, everybody's packing. Sarah's over here trying to figure out what she gonna pack. We got everybody, doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got something I wanted to highlight, not because of any particular reason, other than the fact that it kind of just gave me some more insight into the stability of their marriage, was when Ayan's husband was, or when she was like, yeah, Bali is all about being sexy. And he was like, okay, sexy. He was like, oh, I like that dress or whatever. I just wanted to bring that up because it just shows that, I'm not trying to get all deep here or anything like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes people can be either jealous or they can have issues with their partner going out into the world without them, and it's like, oh, and you're trying to be sexy. Like, what are you trying to be sexy for? The only person you should be being sexy for is the person here. So I just wanted to bring that up because it just shows that, like, he just allows her to be her. He don't feel no type of way. He's not, what's the word, he's not, I can't think of the word right now. When
So
you're
you're
allowed,
saying he's not a jealous. He's not a jealous spouse.
he's not, he's not. And it's just like those little subtle things that you pick up on about a person that kind of just helps define their character. I don't know. I just picked up on that and I just thought, like, okay, that's good.
I
That's
like that.
have
I'm
that
glad.
relationship because she is who she is and she gonna be who she want to be. So it's just good that he's not super jealous and all those things.
That's a good point. I like that. Mm-hmm.
Lisa, she left her husband with the schedule, of course, but he's like, girl, like, I got this. Don't you worry about nobody other than Lisa. I don't want to turn off the laptop. It's gonna be daddy's rules, daddy's schedule, and we must not forget that my mom's coming in town to help. So he is being super encouraging to her, which I thought was awesome. And then we pan over to, or actually before that, I think we was this when we talked about Brooks? No, that was after. Um Lisa also tells him about everything that happened though, which I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, it got crazy, like it got ghetto, like ghetto. And in Dubai, first of all, men shouting at women is never okay. And specifically in Dubai, where men don't even address women, like in general, like that's just even more just uncommon and a big like no. In Islamic culture, I want to say she said that women are placed on a pedestal, they're treated like queens. So it just was shocking ultimately how everything went down the previous night.
Side note, I'm no disrespect to my husband, but if I'd have known that, I probably would have went to go find me a husband up there. No disrespect. I want to respect as a woman for being a woman, just because I'm a woman, and I feel like we should, because we go through a lot. Our bodies go through a lot. Our brains go through a lot. Our literally, yes, we can carry humans, but we also have our, ain't flow that comes every month, and just a person that can. We are super beings, people. Like we are. Like y'all can't do what we do. Y'all can't. We can't do a lot of things y'all can't do, but y'all literally cannot do a lot of the things we can do. And I do feel like we should be put on a pedestal. We should be put. The fact that we're in a patriarchal system is weird. Like how, Sway? Like how? So anyway, I just want to just say I love that the men do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know what else. What they might have that, but they might be crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Hey, Jonathan.
Definitely a different culture over there, and just like her, I found it crazy that she was the first one to pick up on that and find such an issue with that. And like, none of y'all other locals thought that was wild. Like, why? She not even from there. Anyway, hey Jonathan. I love how Lisa came to Caroline's defense, even though and they are not close. Exactly. Exactly. It took Lisa to point all this out. Someone who is from Miami or by way of Jamaica. Like, come on
Come on
now.
now. Come on now.
Talene and Rafi. So we pop in on them and they're both like still reeling with emotions. He is like super embarrassed. Like he don't get down like that. He doesn't even get out of character like that. He's a super patient person for the most part. But at some point enough is enough. So he says. And he says that although Talene wasn't guilty, her alcohol intake may have caused her to be less than controlled in that moment. And Brooks, being Brooks, she does know how to push people's buttons. So accountability, I'm still looking for it. Anyway, Talene, she has never seen the side of Brooks. And and I wrote this because I wanted to say it just like this. In their 10-year friendship, she's never seen Brooks like this. She was really in an uproar though because of what Brooks said about her being a beggar and her begging on to get on this show. When in all actuality, according to her, her and Rafi actually contemplated even this show being a good fit for them for a year. So make it make sense. And Talene also made mention of, or I think it was Rafi that brought it up first, just kind of how since being in this girl group dynamic, things have been just completely switched upside down. And Talene and Brooks are typically two people that just kind of operate from a one-on-one friendship versus them being in a group setting. So that might be why things are kind of going awry, I guess is what they're trying to attribute it to as well. And she also says that she's super emotional and she's downright scared to go to Bali. But he tries to encourage her, I guess. How you feel about that?
Well, a couple of things. Yeah, I do feel like Talene stood and took accountability. She didn't say, "Yeah, you right. I've been drinking a little bit more just so I can hang with the bro, because that's what we do. We drink, and we usually hump on each other. But this time we drink, and now we fight with argue with one another. So I trying to, have a little drinky drink so that I can, tongue fight with her. So that's what I see happening with Talene. You shouldn't do that because you can't get your point across because you get so here. And I'm one that happens to me. Sometimes when I'm been drinking and I've already been holding on to a lot, then when I go talk about it because I've been drinking, it's gonna come out like
it's because alcohol is
the true serum. Yes, the true serum. Or they say it's the it talks the sober mind. It's the drunk tongue that sells the sober mind. So with that, I just think I do see Talene drinking a little bit more, or and Brooks used to do it too, though. Brooks used to sit there and drink up because she can tell who was in the group that was bothering her, so she'll just sit there and drink up a little bit more than usual as well. But I say that to say she didn't take the accountability. Brooks is very territorial when it comes to Talene. And the fact that in the 10 years that they've been friends, they've been living in a bubble. How y'all ain't never introduced each other to each other's friends? Y'all never hung out without it just being you two.
I mean, I can't say that that's completely weird because some
it's weird
that I hang one-on-one.
I didn't say it was weird, but so that means even on a social setting. So none of your friends nobody threw a party and you said, Talene, I'm going to a party. Because let you tell it, Brooks. Talene was everywhere begging you to go to Stansbury party, any outing that had to do with Dubai, because she was begging to be on TV. She was begging. So she just did this starting last year. Because how does that work? I just find it odd that in 10 years you guys are a close knit, or y'all hung out on plenty of occasions. I feel like if you think about it, Brooks kind of kept her away because she was being so territorial with her. And then it became a problem. It becomes a problem when Celine gets along with everybody. So what did you bring her on the TV show, or what you brought her on the TV show? So what did you bring her on the TV show for? Were you gonna use her to what like you wanted her as an ally and not be everybody's friend? So you was doing territorial again, and no, I'm gonna use it for myself, and that's it. That's hard to believe when all the rich folk hang out with each. Okay, and I'm
glad that Jonathan said that, because I literally was just trying to Google how large Dubai is. Because
did you find out?
It says that it is 1,510 square miles. So it's like 5 times bigger than New York City. Oh,
what is the population? That's why I didn't know. What's their population?
5.8 million. Population. That's is that according to Wikipedia? Yeah.
However, it's still a lot of people. But I mean, like you said, rich people go hang with the rich people. I just feel like even if it's true, even if it's true, I'm still trying to understand, what did you bring your friend? What did you bring her on for to use her? That's what I feel like.
The who's know it. They definitely know each other. And even though it's a little bit bigger than what I thought it was, it's still like it's not the size of freaking the United States. So it's just a little far-fetched for me to believe that they don't overlap a bit, especially if they live in like the same area. Part. If they live on this side of the island or whatever, then you're naturally going to probably gravitate towards more people that live on that side of the island. I'm not saying you don't have friends on that side of the island, but I just would think that, yeah, you guys maybe would see each other. You probably get your nails done at the same place, or you shop at the same boutiques, like
it's just weird.
Because we can't say that these ladies don't have some commonalities and similarities. Obviously, they like the finer things in life. They like
entrepreneurs, most of them
have certain things in common. So typically when you have things in common with somebody who's living in the same geographical location as you, you'll frequent the same locations. And sometimes you're not by yourself, sometimes you're with other people. So I wanted to say 10 years in quotes, because I just am not buying their
that long. They've been friends that long.
A lot of skepticism over here as it pertains to them and the length of their friendship and the depth of their friendship. So anytime that's brought up, I'm going to throw the air quotes up, and I don't care.
Yep, I agree with that, and I appreciate you doing it, because your nails are long enough and it looks good when you do it. I'm just saying, but yeah, it's. I just find that kind of odd, and the way Brooks really is being so territorial for Talene, because she says some things we'll get into that was just like, girl, shut up. Shut up. Isn't Talene man in a reality? Oh, realty. Yes, his family is the one that made that island. The how the island looks like a palm tree or whatever that is.
Oh yeah. No, I thought he meant reality TV. I was like,
me too. I was like,
I was already on Instagram. Like, wait, let me look at his.
That's realty. My bad.
Family. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done. You can go. Moving on. That's not all. Are we still talking about Rafi now?
No, I didn't have anything else.
I didn't. And it was kind of funny to hear, because I put in my notes. This is the last thing I put in my notes is that she said that she found it odd that she was begging to get on the show, and Talene turns around and says, "That's weird, because me and Rafi had a whole week. We discussed it. Discussed it last year. So it sounds like they had just thought about them for the first season.
I don't know who to believe about that.
I know, I don't either. I'm saying if we're listening to Talene, she's saying no, because we took a whole year to even think about, do we really want to put this on TV? This is what we want to do. So it doesn't seem far-fetched that they are in Dubai. They put out bulletin, housewife, we're looking for housewives of Dubai, and she was one of the women that thought about doing it, especially if one of her friends discussed about doing it. So it doesn't seem that far-fetched to me. And what does, because Brooks is always stretching the truth, making it bend to her favor. And so with her doing that, I'm kind of leaning more towards Talene. That's it. That's all I want to say about that.
It's just so hard for me to believe, like, any of the major things that we're arguing about right now. It's just so hard for me to side with one versus the other, because it's like we ain't got no receipts, timelines, evidence. We ain't got none of that. So, and either side, whatever they're saying, can't be believed. Like, no one is saying, "Oh yeah, freaking Beyonce herself called me and asked me to be on this show." No one is saying anything super crazy that is unbelievable. But it's just because on one side, I'm side-eyeing Talene about some other stuff that has been being proved, and Brooks has done things historically that have made me side-eye her. So it's just like, can we just get to the reunion?
Come on.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's what we need. We need to just get to the reunion, hash this out all for once, and then we can really get down, hopefully, to something that resembles a little bit of the truth. Maybe, hopefully.
Maybe.
We'll see. It's time to go, though. It's time to go to Bali. We're at the airport. The ladies are, showing up, and it was nighttime.
Hold on. I don't know if you said this, but Brooks had talked to Sarah on the phone.
I'm lying. Brooks talked to Sarah.
Brooks talked to Sarah on the phone, right?
Okay. Yes. But that was after. First of all, that was after she was trying to pack with her nanny, and she was all like, "Oh my gosh, I have to rethink everything, because apparently you can't wear. You don't want to wear your nice shoes or other shoes.
No, leather. She wants to wear leather to Bali. Yeah, that's what she wants to do. So that's all. The fact that Sarah told her, "Girl, you better not miss this trip. You don't come on this trip, it's gonna be problem. You better not miss it. Don't do that." And Brooks, to me, sounds like she's still always playing victim, even on the phone. With everything that's going through, it's like, girl, shut up. You put yourself in there. All right, you can go ahead. Now we can go to the airport.
Did I have anything to add to that? Debating. Yeah, no. Whatever. So
small. It was a little scene. It wasn't that much.
No, I remember it. I'm trying to think if like anything stood out to me in their exchange. Just other than this is when we start to hear, Brooks trying to be like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to go," or making a moment.
And any other time, she the baddest one, won't take no ish, and I don't care what they think. But then all of a sudden because I'm just not. I don't know if I'm in the right headspace and when she lying, her voice gets like really, really, really low. Even when she talks to the girls, her tone gets real deep and she talks really, really slow when she's lying. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I agree. But all the ladies, they show up to the airport. It's like nighttime or whatever. And Ayan, of course, is overdressed. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't have pictures, but she was overdressed. And they were like, "How are you gonna what? How is this going to work?" But for the first time ever, she kind of has good justification, or I'll at least let her get this one off. And she said, "First of all, we're gonna be in first class. First of all, and second of all, if this plane goes down, I need to go meet God in couture, honey." And the fashion girl myself, I can't argue with that. So you can have it. So they're all trickling in, and y'all tell me why when Sergio or when Stanbury showed up, she was with Sergio, of course, but immediately he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming," and everybody's like, "Huh?" Like it was like, what are you talking about? Like they checked his passport and everything. The main person that was super against it though was Ayan. She was like, but why though? Like it's a girls' trip. Like at this point, the only thing that you're missing is a freaking, what'd she say, a dress and some boobs. Like, why are you here? But in the end, it wound up being a joke. And they all laughed about it. And Lisa's like, okay, bye. I'm like, yeah, that would have been me. Like,
No, she actually gave him a hug, like, okay. Because before she stepped all the way back, everybody kind of pulled back away from him.
I would have
Like
knocked everything over.
it was
Like,
funny.
don't do that. Do not be that one. And I say that with a whole husband. Do not be that one to ruin the girl's time with thinking that it's oh yeah, I could just he'll just stay back. Because y'all don't forget last season, remember he rolled up on a jet ski when they went on their trip.
They was on a girls trip.
And that was honestly a staycation because they weren't even like far away. But so is it so far-fetched for them to think that this joke is not really a joke and it was real life for a second? Yeah, that would have got you would have just stayed like too. Like y'all I would have ripped up her ticket. I would have ripped up her. I'm pretty sure that is a actual crime for real to steal someone's passport. So I would have stole her passport. I would have stole both their passports and be like, neither of you guys are going anywhere.
Dang. It was funny though, because Ayan was pissed. Her face, her whole face was like, why are you going? I was like, ooh, Chanel, model was gone. The model gone. That's the girl. You mad.
Because just like them or just like us, they're starting to be like, girl, like it's one thing when you all are attached at the hip behind y'all's closed doors, but when it starts to interfere in the social circle, that's a no-go. Like don't be that friend, y'all. Don't be that friend.
The shadow of it all. I don't need two shadows. The one I really make and then you behind me. I don't need that. Hey, Auntie.
That part, Auntie Bernice, that part. After Brooks performed on Talene and her husband, she saw that he was calming her down and still came over to antagonize them. Brooks needs therapy quick. She is the weakest link. Bye, Felicia.
Oh, no, don't talk about her needing therapy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
She didn't bring him, but they just tried to like play a joke on the ladies of when he came inside.
Did he say that he was going to Spain?
Didn't she say in the beginning like he needs to be home taking care of her kids?
I heard that part too, but then he said LOL, and I was trying to read it, but I didn't go back and pause it to make sure. I thought that he really, because they had so much luggage. I don't know how long they was going to be in Bali, but I thought it was why you got two luggage racks?
She bought Glam with her, so I just assumed it was all hers.
And she gonna take Glam stuff with her, I guess.
She's just gonna take stuff. Look at how she had Michael's house looking, and she was only there 2 months.
Touche. Yes, Lord. Okay, my bad. Bring it back. I'm really back.
Before he journeys off, though, y'all, he leaves her with a cardboard poster of him. Whatever. Anyway, we going to Bali. Who cares about Sergio? But they're still like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's here, but where is Brooks at? The only person who's not here is Brooks. Like where is she at? You know, so they start calling her, and Sarah mainly, she's like, okay, she's Sarah, of course, because Sarah's her mouthpiece or whatever. She's like, she's not answering my call. It's like it's going straight to voicemail. Like it's not ringing. And Talene ain't upset though, and at this point, and neither was Stanberry. She's not buying it. She's like, no, Brooks, she'll be there. I could care less. She could care less. And Sarah says again, y'all hear what? Sorry, y'all. I did
What made them concerned though? Let me just say this. What made them more concerned was Sarah said it rang, and then she hung up. So you can tell because it'll go in between a ring when they shoot you the voicemail. Then she called back and it was going straight to voicemail, which meant she turned her phone off. Which in somebody that is concerned for you, you get that kind of, you do that, you call and this person's supposed to go on vacation with us. And I go call you and your phone flicks off. And then I go to call you again, and now you turn your phone off. You, depending on what kind of friend you are, and Sarah's kind of dramatic when it comes to that kind of, concern. I can see why her concern was like, she showed me the voicemail. I don't understand. And all the other girls are just like, girl, She coming. Ain't nobody going about. She ain't about to miss Bali's vacation and not get paid for the show. Like, come on now.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
My
you got
bad.
it.
I
Okay.
accidentally like cut and then like pasted something in the wrong area,
Oh, I hate that.
so it just didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, you got it. All right.
So yeah, they finally reach Bali. Did you catch Lisa doing some work on the plane? Like she just stopped doing work.
Oh gosh, she made me so mad.
I'm doing work, but they all reached Bali around 6:30 in the morning, which was 2:30 in the afternoon Dubai time. And Sarah lets us know she comes to Bali all the time. Okay, Sarah. Okay. And but the ladies, they're ready to party, they're ready to get to the house and turn up and do all the things. They still haven't heard from Brooks at this point. And even Talene was asking where she's at because she's like, okay, it's weird at this point. Like it's been a while. Like she hasn't said anything. Like what's going on?
Because what is it, an 8-hour flight? It was an 8-hour flight that they were on, right?
It said 9 at one point. I remember.
Okay.
It's like 9 hours.
So
yeah.
So even still, that's a 9-hour flight. They made it there and they ain't talked to this girl. Like, okay, so go ahead.
Yeah. And you were so they're ready to send out a search party, basically. But the only person that is not pressed whatsoever is Miss Caroline Stanberry. And she's like, okay, I am not worried or concerned in the slightest about Brooks's well-being because, and she said out of her own mouth, she knows that bitch can survive anywhere. And I was like, you know what, being some insert that word here that can also survive anywhere, I wasn't even mad at her not being concerned because I respect that.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why that makes sense too. In this episode, I noticed that I know why Brooks and Stansberry were so close. They literally are almost the same person. They see each other. I wonder if they saw Russell Simmons since he lived, right? He was somewhere with his feet crossed, trying to levitate and zen out.
Oh, no, that's Thailand. Never mind. I was like, I know somebody who actually just moved to Bali too. Never mind.
Oh, but yeah, I think that Stansberry and Brooks were friends and got along so well because they are cut from the same cloth. They act the same. That's why Stansberry can call her out on stuff, and Brooks same with her, which is really weird. But as we go on, we will discuss it. But
you said that. I agree.
I really, that's why she said she can survive anywhere. If the shoe was on the other foot and Brooks was and Stansberry was not on, didn't make the flight, Brooks would be saying the exact same thing about Stansberry. She
would literally laugh about it because that's that dry humor. That's why when she said it, I was like, we're here. I would say that. I wouldn't be mad if anyone said that about me. Like, of course, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I got this.
Right.
Hey,
Jeremy. So good to joining us. We love that you came in. Yes. Love it. Brooks is evil. Did I say it right, Boo? Did I say it right, Boo?
Yes.
My mermaid. Oh, no. I can't even say it like that. Sorry, not sorry, Sarah. Sorry, not sorry. Sarah is that friend that thinks she knows everything, but is totally clueless. Say it again for the people in the back, though.
You don't say.
I need her to go teach her son and stop trying to get a stepdaddy that's going to do it for her. Okay? Everyone makes sure you hit that like button. Let's go, baby. Let's hit that black button. Thank you, Princess.
On the
Stansberry. I say it like that. I don't really know if it's Stan or Stan. And every time I type it in or say it, I'll be like, whatever. I'm just gonna say whatever it is.
That reminds me of was that Snozberries? That was in the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Snozberries taste like snozberries. Anyway,
it's not Stan. It's Stan. No, it's S-A-N.
Stanberry.
It is Stan. So it is. Okay, I'm making sure. I'm just making sure because I will mess you up. I'll mess up a name. If I hear it the way I hear it.
It's Stanberry.
Right. But sometimes I say S-A-N, no T in it. S-A-N.
Yeah.
Stanberry. Sometimes I say Stansberry, and sometimes I say Stanberry. No, I say Stansberry.
I don't think
I always put an extra S in it.
is there a there's no D in it. It's just Stan Berry.
I know it's not a D in it at all. I just don't know if it was SAN or STAN. So sometimes I say Stansberry and sometimes I say Stansberry.
Oh my god. I didn't notice that.
What's up, bro? Thank you for joining us. Hit that like button on all my channels. You already know what to do. Oh wait, go back to Saudade real quick. Go back to Saudade real quick. Brother, if you're still in here, I am gonna be in Georgia next weekend. I gotta bring my grandbaby back.
You do.
I'm leaving Friday night. I'll be there Friday. Well, I'll be there Saturday morning at 7. I'll be there on Sunday, and I haven't bought my out ticket yet, so it'll be Monday or Tuesday. My grandbaby start school on Monday. And they want me to be there when she starts school. So just letting you know, I'm coming to see you, bro. We gotta go have a drinky pool and do some things, okay? So don't make too many plans for the weekend if you're gonna be home. Thanks. All right.
I was going somewhere.
Oh, I gotta be at your house too, little girl. I haven't even told you. I'm doing I don't think I said this, but I'm doing a cancer run on August 10th. I didn't know, I just found out that it's in San Diego. I have to be at that run at 7 a.m. on August 10th. That's a Saturday. So I need to come spend the night at your house on the night. Boom. All right. That's all. All right, sorry to get y'all get off a little bit. You know, me and my daughter come to see you. I need you guys to meet each other.
Yes.
British man, are we trying?
I feel like we're people say it wrong because it's like we don't have the accent or something.
Exactly. It sounds more richer when you say Stansberry. Stansberry. You just try to, you try to emulate her because that's what she does.
It helps pronunciation, y'all. But
back to Bobby.
Oh my gosh, they finally get to the villa. Yes. It's really nice. I wish I had pictures. And Sarah decides they didn't even make a whole ordeal about the rooms. We know in Housewives culture, we always got to have a whole big old ordeal about the rooms, but they didn't even do that. She said, just pick randomly. That's like the fairest way. So that's how they divvied up the rooms. I was like, thankfully, because we did not need
not an extra argument. We don't need an extra argument.
Or them tackling each other or playing some stupid unnecessary game or dancing when half of them probably can't dance. Like, we don't need any of that. Anyway, so Lisa also tells them that she has a dinner plan for them. So they all go off, of course, to get ready for that.
Not only did she have a dinner, she had a chef flown in.
Chef Luca. It was his name.
Mr. Luca. Chef Luca.
I'm down with the stuff he was serving. I'm very down with the stuff he was serving.
I'm not, but that's okay. That's okay. I would look at it and be like, that's lovely. But that risotto, though, I would have tore that up.
You gotta try it. You gotta try
No. You know I'm a creature habit. I'm gonna let you try it and you tell me how good it is. And if it especially if that look like some raw food, I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I ain't cultured like that, Bookie. You are. I'm not.
I can't. So and this is when I peeped that Stanberry had bought her glam. I didn't see anybody else bring glam. She was the only one. So just something to throw out there. Mm-hmm. And they all, for the most part, I wanted to say they looked nice, except for like 2 people. I kind of didn't like how they looked. But
I know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Ayan.
No, I don't. With her, it's like I don't even get surprised. I don't get I know she's gonna show up.
You're not tired of a train yet? You're not tired of the train or anything?
I mean, I kind of just ignore okay. It doesn't me. I don't see it.
Sure. I got it. I'm actually I liked her outfit. I just asked because okay. And I just asked.
I think she should continue to grow her hair out just the slightest in order to dye it like platinum or something or blonde.
Yes,
I think it will look good.
If she would stand out even more than those wigs that she be wearing. Like literally, she would stand out way more. No, I'm not. No shade. The wigs don't be great, but I wasn't saying it to be shady to the wigs. I was literally saying she would literally walk in a room and command the whole room. People want to see this. One of my girlfriends keeps her hair bald, like literally it's blonde, cute. Always, she just loves her hair like that. And I don't care where we went, other than us being accused of being girlfriend and girlfriend. She always everybody always came into the room. I was looking at that too. I was like, really? I was wondering. I said, maybe that's one of your Twitter
Was
people.
that? Do I
I
know
was
that?
like, maybe that's one of your Twitter people. But you are cute, so I mean, I can understand why you want to kiss. But she's a married woman, so you got to be respectful in these
Confused right now. I'm okay. I'm just hi. Thank you for being here.
that part. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure
Yes.
you hit the like button,
Yeah.
please. Go
So
ahead.
yeah, they kick off this dinner with seafood and conversation. And of course, the conversation has to turn to who is the missing person? Ah, Brooks. They're still trying to figure out what, the issue could be. And Lisa even admits to making a joke about either Talene or Brooks not showing up because they're the two that are not getting along at this very, 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 very moment. And I felt like that was I feel like that was a little shade, but I don't know. Maybe I could be jumping off a limb here. I
You
felt like,
saying because wait, what do you think was shady? A little bit of shade that she said that either one of them could have not came, or that she thought that one of them wasn't gonna make it.
I don't know. It was just like the way she presented it, like it was a joke, but like, I don't know.
And Ayan said that, right?
No, that was Lisa. Ayan went on to say,
Oh,
she started to pop by saying, "Oh, I heard you were chasing her at Stansbury's house saying, where's your husband?" Because Tullian was like, "Oh, actually I wanted to clear things up with her when she came or whatever." And I will give Talene her credit. She knew exactly what was going on when Ayan, because Ayan's done that more than a couple times this season. She
little
has
gaslighter.
herself and stirred the pot.
The pot, the part of the pot, all the pot, part of it, part. Yes, that pot.
So funny. I loved that Talene called her out on that because I do feel like Ayan was definitely trying to stir some pots and be messy with that. She was like,
And
huh?
Go ahead.
She said, "You're being dirty or you're messy," whatever she said. I was like, and Ayan couldn't. She knew she was because she backed on up off of it. She knew what she was doing. We're not stupid.
My thing right,
I saw it for what it
my
was.
thing right there is when Ayan did say what she heard. What did you think? Did
What?
you?
I don't know what you're.
Oh, you trying to be? We don't have a we don't do a we don't pull people up with us, sweetheart. We sorry. Then you trying to they want us to drop the link.
Oh no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So but
Or not right now, at least.
when Ayan said what she said, I heard woo woo. Did you think, or I'm gonna say what I think, and then you tell me what you think. I thought that Lisa told her that. Because I was like, the only other person that was there and would have been able to tell her because they're close would have been Lisa. But we find out later it wasn't Lisa that told her that, because Lisa defended Talene in saying, I didn't see her run around chasing. I didn't see Talene run around chasing Brooks. And so if Lisa would have told Ayan what she heard, that she was running around being chased by Wuwa, Ayan would have said, girl, Lisa, you told me that. But she didn't. So in my mind, when she said, I heard that you was chasing Talene, I thought, dang, Lisa, you told her that. And then come to find out, Lisa couldn't have been the one that told her that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or you still on stream? You here and there?
No, I mean, no, I get what you're saying. I didn't.
I just assumed that Lisa had told her.
No, I didn't catch that, but I mean, I guess she had to.
She didn't. She did. I would think that too. But because Lisa came to the defense of Talene and said, that didn't happen. She never chased Brooks around and said she doesn't, where's your husband? Where's your husband? She never chased her around. Talene said, no, I did not chase anybody around, and whatever. And so in that moment, I'm saying, so it didn't come from Lisa. I wonder where it came from. That's what I was wondering. Because it's only so many people were at the dinner party. It was only so many people that's friends with them that could tell Ayan, because Ayan left early. Remember, Ayan wasn't there. So I was just trying to figure out who would even tell her that she was chasing that girl and saying these things. So my assumption was Lisa, but I don't think it was Lisa because Lisa came to the defense of Talene, and Ayan didn't turn around and say, "Girl, like, you the one told me that the girl was chasing the girl." She didn't. Ayan would have said that in that moment because Ayan's just that type of person. She would have said, "You told me, Lisa. You remember you said she was running around, blah, blah, blah." She didn't do that, so that means she didn't hear it from Lisa. Is what I'm saying.
You know,
Now, this right. Brooks has to be the center of attention at all times. Not showing up made her the right, the center of attention. I mean, center, and everyone is talking about her.
About it when we get to that point, trust me.
Oh yeah, we all got because I sure got that.
No one was even under 2 seconds of believing that she wasn't gonna show up in this episode. Like, not even for 2 seconds. She was trying to make a moment. As soon as she said, "Ew, I'm not coming," it told me everything I needed to know. Anyway, so after that, y'all, Talene, or before they even continue talking, Chef Luca actually brought out a cheese wheel, and they were all like, wait, what? Like, first of all, we're in Bali. I definitely thought we were going to be eating noodles or something, not Italian. But, thank you, Lisa, for coordinating this nonetheless. And
I love it.
I just found that funny because that's something I would do. And Stanberry asks Sarah if she's introduced her boyfriend to her parents because that's the last time.
Not her boyfriend. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
She said the word boyfriend though.
Oh, okay, because I put Boothang.
She said boyfriend, so I'm gonna call that and shut it down.
Wait, who? Wait, Sarah said boyfriend?
No, Stanberry said boyfriend to Sarah, and she didn't correct her, so I was like, okay, whatever. And Sarah's like, no, like I really want to, but I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. And Stanberry is like, well, that's why you guys need to live together. Like, what are you waiting for? And she's like, well, like, we don't even do that in my culture, first of all. And Saba also jumps in and be like, yeah, we don't like, or I think Saba actually was the one to say first, like, no, we don't do that. Same in Pakistan, like we don't do that at all. And Sarah in her confessional, she's like, yeah, even take religion and the cultural aspects out of the equation, and I still wouldn't be down to do that because it kind of I put the cow before the milk waters down. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, why would I need to then buy the cow if I could get the milk for free? If we're already living together, there's no point in getting married, basically, is how she sees it. I'll stop right there because I want to know what you guys what you thought about that, and y'all also in the comments.
I definitely agree with that. We've been told that most of our lives, and I did not. I did that with my other kid's father, but literally that is a true. Why would you live together before? It's different than having sex with them. Like I don't subscribe to that. Oh no, we're not gonna do it until we're, and that's not the people that you're just a virgin. That's not even that. I'm just saying when people say we're not gonna have sex before we get married. Okay. That I wouldn't do that. Like, not doing that. The living together, I don't think that's so detrimental to live with somebody. I feel like if you know this person, you love them enough to get married to them, it should not be that hard to freaking live with them. And you should already know you've been over to their house, you see how they live. They've been over to your house, they should see how you live. So if y'all both not Slavs, then why would it be a problem to live with, to find out late, to move in after you get married? It shouldn't be that. So I agree with her to a certain extent.
Is this right here for me? This is immediately where my first issue was Stanberry even asking this, because you should be completely removed from having anything to say about the rate at which somebody moves somebody in, or like that whole thing. Like, stay completely out of that arena, because look where your decisions have got you, mama. Like, first of all, so pump your brakes. That would have been what I would have said to shut her ass down. But I'm just me. And then I would have also gone on to say that we also can't ignore a huge thing here, y'all. Sarah has a child. So what does she look like? Just, oh, we've been together 2 weeks.
Come on in. Come live with me.
There's your underwear drawer right there. Like, no, looking at her completely crazy if she just let this guy just come on in and just live with her and her kid, or at least I would. I can only speak for myself. I would find that weird.
That's a good point for her to have, and she ain't got no kids, and I got 5 kids, and I didn't even make that point. That just let you know. See what I'm saying?
So weird to me. And, I mean, but just take all those off the table. How do I feel about people living together, like premarital cohabitation? Like, I don't have an issue with that, because, well, actually, technically, anyway, I don't have anything wrong with that. Okay, I think obviously it's very much you don't know anybody like on that level until you live with them. It's definitely a whole other dynamic added once you guys do live under one roof. I'm not saying like, that, you don't know the real person until then, or like everything they've been showing you before then is fake. That's not what I'm saying, but it's a different layer to the relationship then. And just being able to coexist, not even just coexist, but actual live in harmony with somebody underneath one roof it's easier said than done.
It's a thing.
It is. So we need to also just take that into account as well. But I'm glad that Sarah stood her ground, and I'm also glad. I'm glad in this moment that Saba also was there to be like, girl, like y'all just don't get it, because sometimes they just don't be getting stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. We're all of different like cultures and backgrounds and stuff. So I understand why sometimes they will say things to Sarah and not even thinking like, oh wait, like I forgot that's not going to be cool with her or whatever. But yeah, I'm just like, Sam, very like, you shouldn't be asking that, first of all. And I don't, and they were talking about just meeting the parents. I'm like, if you moving in with somebody just to meet their parents is like, that's the only way you can facilitate that happening, then that's just wild to me. Like, I'm sure she can just move some things around in her schedule, figure it out. He can figure it out and they can make it work. I don't think that means that they should be at the point where it's like, oh, well, I guess we just got to move in together because can't figure out how to coordinate this parent meetup. Like that's
not even how that works anyway. They like what? She's traditional. That don't work like that. So
that doesn't make any sense.
It's just Sainsbury, shut up. Like, shut up.
Anyway. But that's all I have to say about that. Back to the villa they went, though, because Brooks, she was the one that was in charge of the whole party, but she, of course, is not there. So they went back to the villa.
Well, wait, but y'all don't really want to go back to the villa because she was feeling her little drinky drink. She wanted to go back to the villa and go get some more drink in her. Because baby, when they got back to the villa, was she off the chain? I said, God, what's going on?
And she did. Yes, she very much was. When they got back to the villa, she was like, was that when she did that fake
crawl,
like crawl strip? So like,
you started humping all like a wet fish. I was out of water.
Like, I want this to stop right now. We about to have another bowl. Anyway, I was like, y'all are too much for me. But what I did appreciate and what we have to point out is everybody was getting along. Like it was good vibes. It was very good vibes. Everybody's still kind of like, where's Brooks? But it was good vibes nonetheless. And y'all, before we know it though, I wish I had a ding, a bell. I don't though. And in walks in Mrs. Caroline Brooks. In all her glory, she made a grand entrance, and they're all like, with a bottle in hand, and they're all like, oh, like, and a couple of them hug her, including Talene.
Everybody hugged her.
Later on, Talene says that Brooks hugged her, but it looked like she hugged
she
Brooks.
Walked over to her.
She didn't have to walk. She didn't have to get up. She could have just
perched.
You know how housewives do when somebody walks in. That's what housewives do when somebody walks in that they don't F with or that they don't see it for in that moment. They just sit there.
Act like you ain't even came in the room. What doorbell?
ooh, I need to touch on my makeup. But anyway, just wanted to point that out there because this is what I'm saying when I say I'm clocking little things about Talene, and I kind of see what hand she's kind of been playing lately. But I'll get to it. She says though that she's glad that Brooks is okay, and she's also worried about her presence being there now at the same time, because again, it's been really good vibes up until this point. And I want to say, is this when she told Sarah that the next day. Brooke says that she decided to go because she wasn't going to allow Talene's drama to cause her to ruin everything for everybody in their trip. And she says that she flew private while they all flew commercial, and she still got there at the same time. Stansberry calls her out though and says that would have been like $250,000 trip, so get out of here. What do you have to say about that?
I laughed when Stansberry said that. I was like, this girl right here, this is the thing. This is why these two are why they talked every single day. Because these two together, they're a mess. You have to own and know how to handle, like, right, little buddy, act like he probably went from his parents' house right to his wife's house. You can say she was, man, she really was, and like she really was. But we did miss the part when they did came in the villa. I want to know what the warm seat felt like on the toilet.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that.
The warm seat that
that's gotta be.
I was thinking, is it the warm seat and a duvet? Was that the?
It probably is, but I know
it had to be both, because I'm gonna tell you guys both, because it's got to be both, because she said this is the only time Sarah gonna get or say something about Sarah getting hers off or something like that. I was like, oh Lord, y'all mess, Jesus, stop throwing shots, y'all, stop it. But going back to what Auntie Bernice said, Brooks was trying to have a moment, and she wanted all the attention to be, oh, you came, instead of, so we got to address the elephant in the room before we really go any further on the trip. And she wanted to control, same thing Stansberry does. She wants to control and puppeteer the people and want them to do what she wants them to do when she wants them to do it. Stansberry is kind of the same way. Hers is a little different because she got her kids still. She got a human backpack. And so it spills off into her other relationships. Unlike Brooks does it just to do it, because child, you are a control freak. So yeah, as far as that was, Brooks coming in the way she did, that was very strategic. Very strategic. And like you said, she came in. I was going like this. She came in with a bottle. She didn't come in with no water bottle, y'all. She came in with a wine bottle, and that wouldn't have been her first. She would have been drinking on the private. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was.
Oh, I thought it was tequila.
It probably could have been. That's her favorite. That's the first thing she said when y'all want to take a shot of tequila. That's what she likes to drink. I ain't mad at it. So do I. Neither. So yeah, but it was. I just was like, oh man, y'all gonna let this girl get off and be so concerned for her when she, y'all know, doggone well. This ain't nothing but
different levels. It depends on the jet and the fuel cost
and how far. Yeah, pilot. How far is, well, it was a 9-hour drive. I mean, 9-hour flight, so it ain't that close. So.
I mean, it's above I'll be in commercial. But I just thought it was, once again, I think to kind of illustrate your point that you made earlier about Brooks and Stansberry being cut from the same cloth. I feel like this was another show of that, where it's just like Brooks is over here like, and Stansberry's like, girl, no. That's not the case. Like they run checks and balances on one another. I really like it. I do.
I can't say that I don't either. I just am glad I see it now. I see the magnet of the two of them, the pull of the two of them. They're like magnets, and they're attracting, and it's so because it's like I'm gonna hold you accountable. And Brooks is just like, damn, she's always watching. Like she's watching me completely. I can't pull the wool over her eyes. I hate it. That's
Mhm. Mhm. And so, yeah, they have more in common than just the name, is what I will say.
for sure.
But that concludes pretty much that night. So then they move on to the next day, and we see Talene and Rafi. They FaceTime right off the bat, and she talks to the kids, or realizes the kids don't really care about her absence. And before they got off the phone, though, she does mention that Brooks is in the building, and this is when she says to him that she came up and hugged her. And I was like, no,
I didn't even realize she said that to her because I was moving too fast.
I just listen when I watch Housewives. Like, I just listen with, like, this ear is just listening regular, but this one's like always listening for all the shady.
To go up.
They are very purposeful about their word choice, and I clocked it. So I see you, Talene. I see you.
Like it. I like it. Good job.
They need to talk, though, is what Talene says, and Rafi suggests that they talk in private. I don't have anything else to say about that. That was basically what they said.
I think we covered up. I mean, they didn't really.
She just told them and lied. Sarah goes into Brooks's room, however, before they leave the house, and she tells her that she was super worried about her. Like, dude, like, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Like, answer your phone.
She said, text me. She said, you can text me.
And Brooks is like, no, I can't, because you are the main person that told me when things are getting hot and heavy to just switch off and disengage. So that couldn't happen. And that's where I was. She's like, she wants to address the elephant in the room. So basically they can get the show on the road and they can just continue to have a good trip. And Sarah's like, well, actually, it's a good thing you said that, because we actually set the intention last night. And Brooks immediately flips it and says, oh, really? So Talene apologized and, took accountability and for being, fake and a pot stirrer, and, because I'm
and a meddler. I said, girl, you
very disappointed in my friend, and I need to hold her accountable for it.
Low down dirty dog. She's a low down dirty dog. I'm trying to tell y'all.
I was
pretty low down dirty dog, but she's pretty though.
Okay. And Sarah didn't say anything to her, which I'm like, okay. And this is why
all Sarah said was no. Like,
yeah, she's very
she didn't apologize for it. I'm like, girl, you first of all, you should have been like, pump your brakes. I just told you.
Sarah's so less.
You're supposed to nip that in the bud real quick. And y'all, she's supposed to be on a spiritual journey and all this other crap. You should be able to tell your friend, like, no, I feel like even right now, Brooks, you are being petty in this moment. You don't need to call her fake, two-faced, a meddler, and a pot stir. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, for real, I'm your friend. What's wrong with you? Like, what is your real issue with Talene? Your friend Talene. What's your real issue?
Your friend of 10 years.
Yeah, because and all she said and has said is that I bring her around the girls, and now she's drinking Stansberry Kool-Aid. What Kool-Aid is she drinking? What are you talking about? You came to her with a problem about the girls seeing her JJ and her butt. They squashed that, and you're mad that they squashed that. Going back to control. Oh, I didn't bring her on the show to be your friend. I brought her on the show to be my ally and bully for me. and it's not working out in that way. And now I have a problem with it. And Brooks, girl, like literally, you are making such an ass of yourself in front of everybody. I don't think you understand that you are freaking see-through. We see it. You are not pulling the wool over your friend's eyes, Stansberry, and you're definitely not pulling the wool over the audience's eyes. We see everything. It does not make sense for you to do that. You're like digging a deeper hole for yourself that we're just gonna be like, I'm not messing with her. In a minute, we're not gonna believe nothing that comes out of your mouth. But we'll discuss. We'll go back because when we get to that catamaran,
Yes, my eyes remain woolless, and we will proceed.
I'm just gonna go grab another ice pack real quick. I'm gonna put you on my. We're already on my phone, so I can still hear everything that you're gonna say. So go ahead.
Yes, we're going to be in a catamaran this day. I want to say Lisa coordinated that. And they all hop in the vans, of course, to transport them to the dock. And immediately, because she is overdressed and she's hot, Ayan changes her shoes and she starts going on about how she has been on a boat before, but she's never been out into open, like deep water. And you wonder why? Oh, because she says jinn, they're the spirits and they live out there, and they either are going to unalive you or you. And those are her words, y'all, not mine. I am just a vessel. I am just the vessel that is carrying the message from the horse's mouth. And so they all cheers. They start flicking it up. They're taking cute pictures, like, for the gram and everything. And Brooks is the one to tell Ayan that the Talene that she sees is not the Talene that she's known for. She said 8 years. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Who said 8 years? Who said 8 years?
Brooks said 8 years. That's why.
Brooks said 8. Oh my gosh, liars.
Some timeline discrepancies with this friendship. I'm just asking.
Wow.
Ooh, be a question, y'all. We need to. Has Andy asked for questions for the reunion yet? Probably. I was like, that's a question I need to write in and ask. Anyway, so Ayan's like, okay, y'all are both saying that you're hurt by the other person's actions or whatever. So you need to talk and you need to speak from a place of love and friendship. Like, hello, y'all are friends at the end of the day. And Brooks, she pissed me off in this scene. I'm not gonna lie, because she was like, oh, well, she's like, she doesn't know if she's ready to talk about it today. And like in her confessional, she kind of like is telling Ayan basically to pipe down, and she'll talk to her when she's ready or whatever. But I'm like, didn't you just say in the scene before this that you wanted to address the elephant in the room so you guys can have a good time? This part really tripped me up. I'm not gonna lie. It really did.
I was cussing at my TV, literally cussing her out. Like, I literally on my notes, I got so pissed off at her when she was on this boat. Like, literally. Go ahead. This game is what it's called. Yes, they need to use the correct term. That's what it is. She's an instigator. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So instead, she goes over, and I don't know if that was what she was purposely trying to do, but she goes over to the front, like the front of the boat or whatever, to the net. And like some of the ladies are over there, and Talene got up on purpose, and a couple, like mostly everybody followed her. And then so it just left Sandberry and Brooks. So then this is the person that Brooks decided to have a conversation with instead. And she's all like, I kind of miss these days.
How do her ass taste? Because you kissing it. What are you talking about right now?
Why
here's my thing.
I just thought she was just I would call it just straight up bullshitting.
She's straight bullshit, and you kissing her butt because really you know how everybody really feels about you on this trip. So you're trying to figure out, maybe I should go find the friend that I used to hang out and call and talk with. So I'm gonna go kiss her, and I'm gonna be her friend, because in a moment we're gonna find out why she would be kissing her butt, because like I've been saying, they see each other. But yeah, she's bullshitting, but at the same time, she's also fishing to see if she can become friends with her, so she can take her back away from Talene.
Let me find out they're the Giselle and Karen of this show.
Come on now.
So
come on now.
Like, my face was literally just like stuck over here, because any other time is you bring a sage into her house, you saying all these things about how she fakes, she's this, she's that, like all negative stuff. But then the first thing out your mouth is, I kind of miss these days. Like, anyway.
Annoying.
And you know, Stansbury, of course, had the exact response that was needed in this situation. And she says that in her healing, she was told to disengage, but Stansbury's like, she's not buying that, because instead of doing all of, you know, the talking for yourself, we got Sarah over here doing talking for you. I can't even decipher what you're saying half the time. Like, completely just calls her on her stuff, because like we've been saying this whole time, they get each other. We see each other very much. And she also says, like, you know, you were fine before. Like, I liked you a lot better before Sarah started being your
That's what
mouthpiece.
she's trying to say. You liked her a lot more. Not that she was better before. That's ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
But either way,
they conclude that conversation with because Sam needs to know. She's like, what is this about this private jet? Like, what are you talking about? Like, your cat can't be that good. Like come on. And Brooks is like, don't do me. Like, don't do that. Mm-mm. I did hear that she does have a man, though. So and I'm not even saying that she needs a man to do that. I'm just saying, because I knew what Sandbar was trying to get at. I'm just behind the scenes tea or whatever. I did hear she had a man.
I don't think it would be hard for her to get a man. I don't think that would have ever been a issue for her. The fact that Stansbury, she said, you know, you're real prickly. The words is like, oh my, yeah, you're real prickly. And I don't feel like therapy is helping. I really don't. I mean, I understood you before that. Yeah, because you see each other. I understood you before that. And that saying that to Lean, that Sarah is talking for her, I was just like, oh my God. To me, she's misconstruing what is really going on and how that came about. Reason why Sarah is speaking for her. She literally told her, and they went back and showed it when she asked her, can you explain it to her what I'm talking about? Because you know why she couldn't explain? Because she's talking about therapy. The one session she had, she can't explain that. So she went to Sarah to have Sarah explain it to them. And I am very tired of Brooks using therapy. Like, you told Sarah, you told me to disengage and turn things off. And, my therapist, the therapy said the same thing. Right here, she's using the same thing. My therapy, now that I'm doing therapy, I'm like, you had one session. You had one session, and you're acting like you caught everything you need to know, and you've been using it and applying it, and you have not. And the more you keep saying it is really getting on my nerve. And that's why Brooks is using that against you. She's literally saying, yeah, the spirituality is messing you up. The girl got one session. The girl ain't healed. The girl ain't did nothing. She literally did nothing. Brooks is giving Betty Davis. That's really junk, right? Come on.
So funny. So funny.
Mm-hmm. So that's the truth, Ruth.
No, I see what you're getting at, and that's why I just have to keep.
But look,
on the same
page here. I do agree with Stansbury when she told Brooks, you need to stop trying to heal yourself, because stop trying to heal yourself, because you're deflecting, because it's really deflecting from her, and she's making everybody else miserable. I said,
oh yeah, I wrote that down. I'm glad you brought it up.
Oh yeah, I said, and like the fact she said, yeah, I like you way before, and I'm like, Stansbury, what are you talking? Why are you telling her this? You're literally.
You brought that up.
Why? What you want to say about it?
What?
That I had brought that up.
No, I appreciated when Sandberry brought that about or that or whatever, because that's kind of what I've been getting. Like I'm not saying that one side has more issues and this side has no issue, whatever. I'm not saying that, y'all. It just Brooks made it like way too easy in this episode. I'm sorry. So
totally.
But then we have a little bit of fun. They all jumped, like, or not all, but I want to say it was like Sarah, Lisa, Talene, and Brooks. They all found their way into the ocean. And meanwhile, Samberry and Ayan were talking, and Ayan lets both us know and Stanberry know that and we got a flashback from 3 days prior. We didn't see this scene, but apparently they had lunch. They being what it was Ayan, Samberry, and Talene. They all had lunch together. And during that lunch, Ayan brought up a conversation, or a voice note, I should say, that Sarah sent. At the time, I thought Sarah sent it to her. I assumed.
Well, Ayan is bringing up that she has a voicemail that she's going to play for them. So, of course, it's on Ayan's phone. We're listening from Ayan's phone. So the voicemail is from Ayan at this point. Yes.
Yeah, and it's totally fine. Like, I wouldn't think anything of that. I wouldn't. Yeah, like that's any natural assumption. So in said voice note, though, we hear Sarah talking, and I know I wrote it down here. She said, or Ayan's like, she tells him, she's like, I got the juiciest voice note. Side note.
I'm always
voice note. And again, in this voice note, Sarah says, even if she's not Brooks' biggest fan, she still won't stand for that. ... You know what? I'm not her biggest fan, and that's all we heard. I do believe that note was longer, though.
Of course.
I feel like a bit, like, because that gave us something, but not enough to where I'm content with. So
we'll come back. We're gonna put a pin in right there because I know why it feels like that. But we'll come back. Yeah.
So that was all we got from that. And Sansbury's like basically like, aha, like, see, like, Sarah, you think you're so slick, and you think you want to be this, super like healing. Oh, I'm always championing for Brooks, and but look, you caught not being her champion. So what's really good. And I was like, okay, like this last like 10 minutes is what I would watch Housewives for.
Yes, live.
We also see Talene telling her to play it again in Bali. I want to bring that up too. Yes. Talene definitely said bring it up in Bali. Why? You talked about Ayan stirring the pot, but I feel like that's stirring the pot. That is. We brought up again in Bali. I see you, Talene.
If she would have said, "Are you gonna bring that up in Bali?" Like, that's what or are you gonna let her know or say something to that effect? It would have came off better. The fact that she said bring it up in Bali is messy.
She's a rookie. She needs to take a page out of somebody else's, out of like Kenya Moore's book or something, because anybody else would have phrased that differently. Just saying, as to not get backlash. But anyway, so the final scene, y'all, all the ladies, they're around the dinner table looking fabulous, I must add. Again, so sad I don't have pictures. But wigs have been changed, seafood is being ordered, and Lisa has a Zoom meeting in the morning. Again, she's doing what she's not supposed to be doing, which is working. But before the dinner conversation begins, they cheers, and Sarah reveals that the part that she was responsible for as it pertains to the trip, the spirituality and healing part, that's happening tomorrow. And
the
part. I feel like Samberry, she didn't like make a face, but definitely her energy shifted. She was like,
we definitely can read her mind. We definitely can read her mind. We might have. We read her face too. It wasn't that bad, but we definitely can read her mind.
She's just not like she's just not that type of person that's gonna buy into just like anything and like the theatrics of stuff. I feel like that's what she deems or those types of things as, is like kind of like, okay, like all the hoopla and all of this and all of that. Like she's just not that type of person. Anyway, no. So Brooks calls out Sansbury for her dislike over healing, like we were just saying. And Sansbury's like, no, that's not even what it was, about, as much as it's about like how I can't, or she wasn't calling her out about the healing tomorrow, but just about how Sansbury has these feelings towards Brooks and her healing journey. And was it Lisa? I want to say it was Lisa that, again, I've been noticing Lisa jumps in a lot when it comes to Brooks. And I feel like that's why they're the only two right now that I can say off the top of my head that are getting along online from what I see. Because, she jumped in, obviously, with Rafi last week. She keeps kind of coming to Brooks's, I don't want to say defense, but
trying to give you another way to look at it, maybe.
Yeah, I will say that. But Sansbury's like, it's not even that, as much as it's about how I can't even follow her language when she speaks these days. And instead, Sarah always speaks for her. And Sarah's like, she said a whole bunch of stuff, but in the end, she's like, it's called friendship. And Saba, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Sarah, you speak for Brooks and Saba speaks for you, because who came in first time we've seen her talk in 4 episodes now? She doesn't.
Other than her saying, I'm sleep with my eyes closed, but her eyes open. And she said, open. I said, you a dummy. Okay.
Yeah. She was talking about when I said they need to do a little bit more when they come on camera. Anyway.
Oh, makes sense. She is plain Jane.
Sarah gives plain Jane.
Well, her plain Jane is she's still always on point.
She is, but I feel like
very little makeup,
a little too washed out in the face.
Yeah,
the first night dinner, she just was. It was very like just no dimension at all. A little contour, something, a little blush, just something.
I like the way she dressed, so I feel like
for everything else was fine, but she a little bit more. And then Saba, I just hated her makeup all around, and like I didn't like it, but whatever. Maybe someone hates my makeup. Anyway, y'all don't mind me. Anyway, but going back to this scene, I noticed though that she jumped in for her, and Stansbury, she's like, you know what? It's okay, because if Sarah's such a good friend, she needs to, have accountability. And, you remember the voice note from the other day that you played for us? And Ayan's like, oh, okay, yep. So we're going to go there. All right, we want to go there. And she tries to paraphrase it and say that the voice note said that Sarah said to Lisa, or Sarah, what did she say? She paraphrases it and says, I know I wrote it down. The voice note where you said you feel like Brooks should take accountability. That's what made me think that the voice note was longer. Because I'm like,
we didn't show that part.
Point at accountability, really, as much as it just made Sarah look like she doesn't really get down with Brooks how she plans to get down with Brooks. But just want to make sure that y'all caught that too. And this is when Lisa jumps in like, wait, what? The voice note I sent you? Messy. That's effed up. I can't trust you now. Like, immediately Lisa's pissed. And this is when we find out, obviously, that Lisa's the one that originally sent the voice note. Ayan just took it upon herself to then carry the message on over to people that weren't involved. Why, Sarah? So a lot of people everybody is being looked at weird right now, I should say. Lisa, Sarah, Brooks has just been being looked at as weird, so I'm just add her in there too. I guess Stanberry, even though I'm not looking at her weirdly because we get her, but I've been looking at Celine weird.
You have.
Saba, you just gonna get in there too because I don't care about you right now. So everybody's being looked at weird right now from my eyes, y'all. I'm excited to see what we're gonna talk about next week because, honey, this is
It ain't to give us no preview. It's to be continued, y'all. It's to be continued.
Really gonna start to see the dissolution of Ayan and Lisa's friendship. I'm assuming, and kind of it's gonna kind of start to construct the framework of where they are.
Where the trust went out the window. Lisa, was that on What's Happening that she, or what was it on that I saw her say the reason? I think it was on the What's Happening show. She said the reason why she even sent, somebody asked her, I think one of the questions was about why did she send the text, the voicemail from Jump. Sarah is the love child in chat.
Because she tries to come off as intelligent but always messed up. Yeah, this is what
I cannot. Auntie, log off.
Because I'm glad you brought this up because it brings me back to a point that I made episode 1.
What?
Which is when I say I'm always looking at Sarah like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting to
say that. You've been saying that.
I mean, and it also kind of has to deal with just her personal life too. But in a group setting, this is what I mean when I say I'm waiting for something to be revealed about her because it's just
putting the 2 on the 10. You
because she really was a person. She would check Brooks more often. She doesn't.
They are literally. I really think they be afraid of the girl. Like literally be afraid of what she's going to say to them. Because it's not like they're going to get into no fight or nothing. I really literally think they try to keep Brooks calm. They try to keep her.
I see what you're saying.
On a level where we don't want to rock her boat too much because she gets a little too on the wild side because we know she's been drinking before she gets to wherever she's going. Nobody's going to change her mind. Huh?
Which I can respect because this is like certain in life, it's just better to just let them be how they are because it's just more peaceful that way for everybody involved.
Right.
So I guess I can understand that, but I want that note. That note better get played because I need some more stuff to be clarified.
So that's what I was trying to say. She said she played that note or sent the note to Ayan because she was trying to find out if she heard something correctly on that note.
Wait, so, Lisa said that?
Oh,
I didn't catch that part. Oh,
yeah. So she said that she sent her the note because it was something on the note she couldn't barely hear it and want to make sure is that what she said. So that's why she sent the note to because it would go back to Lisa. Why are you sending her the note? But she said I literally sent it to Ayan because a certain part of it I could barely hear. So I was asking her as my friend, did she say this? And Ayan said, yes, she did. And so Ayan kept the note and then she was messy boots and showed it to the girls, presented it like it was sent to her. Because if you think about it, I feel like Talene, somebody asked her, she said that to you and we're friends or?
Oh,
did you see when she said that?
No, I remember not that, but I do remember you said to bring up when Talene wasted not 1 millisecond by jumping in and saying, you said that I'm not a fan of Caroline Brooks. She had no issues and saying that, and that's why I'm saying she knows what she's doing. She's all over here like I'm the new girl. I'm Brooks is coming after me. I'm the victim. But waste no time saying, "Oh yeah, bring it up in Bali."
Bring it up in Bali. And she was the one that really spilled the beans and said what it was. You're right. She is stirring the pot a bit much and trying to. Another
part, and I said I don't want drama. Bring it up in Bali, girl. What? You can't play both sides.
I do want to say before we end, I know we're gonna end soon. I do want to bring up this part that made me laugh, but I gotta hold on. Oh, wait. It was when back to when Sainsbury was having the discussion with Brooks,
Mm-hmm.
and she had asked her again. She said something about the she asked her about the dang on the jet, and she's like, so that's the way she put it. That's what I'm looking for because it's how I wrote it. God, dog,
Oh
where's it
yeah,
at?
I'm not 100% buying that that's the reason.
What?
Um, that's just the best Lisa could come up with to not look bad. I don't, because I just no. Or she could have just, or she could have asked her husband. Like it's, she didn't have to send that to somebody, another interested party. Like you know what you're doing when you send something to another interested party, and I'm saying the word interested because Ayan is somebody who's in the friendship group ultimately. So yeah, she could have sent that to a completely unbiased person, but she chose not to. She could have brought up the caption, the subtitles or something. I don't know. AI is a thing these days. She could have figured it out without sending it to somebody else who could then potentially either A, leak it, or B, form their own opinions. Just saying.
Okay, so I got to what I want to say. It's when Stansberry says, "Did you really buy in? I mean, fly in on the jet?" And she says, Brooke says, "Yeah." Stansberry is like, "Girl, you ain't even got that type of money." She said, "So who funded it?" Because it's the whole point. She's like, "Well, who funded your trip? Who funded the jet trip?" Brooks is like, "Don't go there." The deep voice and slow down. Told you the lie. Don't go there. This is she. So and I'll put this very sad. Oh, because our voice steps, so it says something different. It says, she says, because girl, we all know you ain't that good in bed. Stansberry's like, and what she said, do you want the blueprint of how I can get a person to give me a jet for this? And when Stansberry said, no, I
Oh,
got a 29-year-old. She said,
yeah.
no, I don't need your blueprint, girl. I got a 29-year-old with plans. I don't need you.
She said,
That
no, she said, I'm good with my 28-year-old who with no
28 with no plan. Yes.
And I was like,
I was like,
I'm done. Cut.
first of all, you told her cooch wasn't that good.
Cut.
Basically. I was like,
and that's why it reminds me a little bit of Giselle and Karen a little bit
they
because they
go
do
back and forth and just
that shady banter all day.
I loved it. I love that part so much, especially because she called her out and all what did Brooks do but cover her face with the fan like, oh, she got me. I can't even get her. So I
And
just
that's
wanted to put it. It's funny.
like y'all just need to get along because it's never that serious. But
Another funny part too. Wait, another funny part was Stansberry when Jan and Stansberry were talking, and Jan was like, "So if I fell in this in the ocean right now, if I fell in this ocean, would you come and jump in and save my life?" She said, "Nah, girl. I'm not wasting my tan. I'm dead. I'm gone."
So no, I'm glad you're bringing this up because y'all, and by no means I do not work at Bravo, so ultimately it is what it is.
Right.
But it's a good show, and it gives us a lot of the classic elements of Housewives. It's just unfortunate because I think that's another reason why people aren't maybe as interested because this type of drama doesn't really, it's not salacious enough a lot of times. I think that's another big factor as to why the ratings are low. Is because people want to see that the divorces. They want to see people sleeping with people's husbands. They want to see people calling people saying that they will drug people, and you guys know the rest.
And or the colorist,
Yeah,
the colorist in the group, or
being leaking stuff to blog. People like seeing all this like super negative stuff, I feel like these days. So I think that also does them a disservice because they're giving us a lot of those organic elements that we used to get back, in the season, sixes of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or previous seasons of your other favorite franchises. So it's only, numbers don't lie. Hopefully people do start to watch or whatever, because I am enjoying, unlike the only other Housewives show I'm watching at this point. I'm kind of getting a little over that one. But I can honestly say I'm happy to come up here and talk to you this same time every week, because they've actually been really giving.
I'm saying, and it just keeps getting. Like I said, they were seeping it out just enough. They give us just enough to salvate a little bit, to wait for the following week. Like, okay, like the to be continued, and they didn't do the to be continued all the time. I hate when they do that, and they haven't to be continued us to forever, all the time. So I was like, okay, yeah, because this definitely need to put a button in this one, because Jan, you did too much. And even with that, even when Talene asked you, are you going to bring it up in Bali, you should have said, no, I'm not going to bring it up in Bali. You know why? Because you knew that your friend sent it to you. Why would you even entertain it? You could have clearly said, girl, I'm not bringing this up. This is not my fight. I'm not in it. My name is Bennett. That's what you should have did and what you should have said. But no, your dumb self go show these girls trying to be their friends or try to get closer to them, and mess your friendship with your good friend. Now that just don't make no look as dang.
Yeah. That was my other question. We don't have all the details just yet, obviously, but it was the catalyst of their friendship dissolving. Do you think that this is grounds for dissolving a friendship? Do you think that Lisa would be justified? Like, do you think that was not do as a friend, leak something that I told you in confidence and confidentiality?
It kind of depends on what it is. In this specific thing, I don't think it was that serious for her. Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't have been that serious if it wasn't brought up at the table around the people that it was brought up around. If she could have told her, girl, me and Stansbury went to lunch and Talene, girl, I had to share with them, because the conversation was so good. I had to share with them that you sent that, or that about the voicemail. I didn't say who gave it to me. I said I had the voicemail. Like, there's a way to tell your friend that you did this, if you did it, to get yourself off the hook, because you did it. So now you got to figure out, damn, she just shouldn't have did that. She shouldn't have brought it up. She almost, like, she shot herself in the foot. Like, she literally did, because you literally didn't have to bring it up. You shouldn't have told them that you was going to bring it up. You could have nipped it in the bud and told them, I'm not bringing it up in Bali. No, that's the girls trip. I'm not trying to bring that kind of drama.
Oh, yeah. The last word we got was Talene saying, you should bring it up Bali. We didn't even see if she responded or didn't respond. We're just going to assume she did. I mean, I'm just assuming, because I thought, and I would turn my head at Talene and be like, or whoever Stansbury, and be like, I told you we weren't going to bring it up. So I'm assuming, yeah, she didn't shut it down, and she could have. But honestly, if this was the catalyst, I'll have to say that, knowing me, like, no, I would be pissed off for a bit. I don't know how long. I can't give you an answer. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a couple months, however long. But when I sit here and say straight up that I would stop being friends with my friend altogether, no, I would just be pissed off in the moment. And, eventually I would get over it, or either I would say, hey, I'm not telling you nothing else or whatever. But do I think that I would just straight up not be friends with the person just because this wasn't a betrayal towards, like, you. Yes, Lisa's person.
Towards her, yes.
Yeah, hit me with your car or whatever, and then I'm just supposed to act like that didn't happen. Like, that's different. Or, I tell you something about, like, yeah, my husband just freaking, I caught him with the maid or something, and I tell you that or whatever,
and then I go tell everybody that your man did what. That's a direct hit to you.
That's like something like I'm giving you guys hypotheticals here. Then that's different. I think that would be I would understand that a lot more if she just ended the friendship because of that. But here right now, like the way that Lisa just immediately jumped off the porch, and didn't even pull her to the side or anything like that, because that's probably what I would have did. I would have been like, come on, we need to go over here. And we would have went
You
back and
did
forth.
what?
Lisa just immediately was like, that's messy, that's disgusting, that's, I can't tell you anything else. And that's that other side of Lisa that came out that I always have known, or I've known for a couple weeks now, that she has. And that's honestly, and because maybe a couple other things have happened as well that have made me think that, honestly, I'm not surprised, because Lisa, although she was appearing like, she was 10 toes down for Ion, she kind of was starting to make me feel like she wasn't, even before this. So I wasn't 100% shocked that it was something as trivial as potentially what it's looking like.
And another thing on the What's Happening live, she ended up saying, they asked her, I think, do you think this will end the friendship? Or do you think at the reunion you guys could, reconcile? And she did say that she thinks that they will be able to reconcile. So she didn't say that it was completely. She didn't say that. I want to see a side chick that know how to stay in her place. Girl, not these chicks on the man with the baby mama's number 7. Child.
Yeah, I obviously we're going to continue to watch and see, but the way that it's starting to look, like I was hoping, not, let me give you guys a little bit more detail. I was very much sure that the reason behind them not being, cool anymore was going to be something like more significant than what it potentially did. If it had anything to do with this right here, right now, then I'm like, y'all was never really friends. And I feel like you guys probably think I say that a lot and just all, carelessly, but no, I value my friendships. So it would take a lot for me to not be friends with somebody that I am like really locked in with. It's not going to be over like anything that I would associate with like high school drama type stuff, because ultimately that's what this is. It's, oh my God, I told you a secret about Toya, and you went over here and told Melissa, and it's given that, high school stuff a little bit. So it's just, I don't feel like that's any reason for two grown people to stop being friends.
Auntie Bernice says that's bull because you could have put it on speaker or on the home or in the car. You mean that it could have got leaked?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are agreeing that it's not that serious. That's what you're basically saying. Because that's what that would read. It's not that serious.
We said that when we were talking about how Lisa said why she sent the message, to the voice note to Ion in the first place. It wasn't.
Oh, she could have put on your phone and so she can hear it louder.
Yeah, there was no real reason for you to say
that. On voicemail, you can read it.
Yes, now you can. That's why I said what I said. The subtitles, whatever it's called.
You're right.
And
yeah.
She didn't have to send it to her. Or I said she could ask her or somebody who is uninterested. She didn't need to ask somebody who also is in the social
friend group. Absolutely. Like, she could ask her husband with his cute self.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't see that comment. And if it was up, I would have been talking, she might have pulled it up. I didn't see it. But yeah, y'all, we in the thick of things. We is getting into it. We getting into some things. And like I said earlier, that they are like peeling back layers, and we are just watching them. Like I'm gonna be looking out for Celine and her. Gotta be watching out, because sometimes when I start liking people, I don't see their bad until this one right here pulls it out of me, because she's always
I side eye everybody.
She always got she does it to not even side eye everybody. She just gonna her good side gonna be like, oh, that's cool. But the other side be like, are they really cool? Do you really know this person? So that's why this is a Gemini. She does it. Me being the Libra I am, I'm always giving you the benefit of the doubt. So I'm gonna give you the good stuff. You're going to pull the bad stuff to pull away. Like how the teacher say, oh, I'm gonna start you at 100, but if you keep taking away from your 100 and you get down to 0, that's you, not me. I started you out with 100. So that's how I look at it. So I'm already looking at Stansberry. I'm definitely gonna be looking at Talene. I'm definitely gonna be looking at Saba. Definitely looking at Sarah now. Like literally looking at Sarah.
A whole bunch in order for me to be like, oh yeah, come back. Like,
and I feel like I'm not sorry that
season. I'll be okay with that. Nina, do you want to come back as a friend, please? Maybe. Okay.
I like Nina. I feel like
her richness mostly, but yeah.
Yes, that girl she got it going on. But yeah, we definitely gonna be seeing some things. I'm interested to see it because things can look one way and then it turn around and be a whole nother way with these girls. So
Facts. We also came across some interviews that the ladies have been doing recently. So we're gonna watch those. We do like to try to keep the focus on the things that happen on the show, but of course, if we hear anything worth talking about, obviously we're gonna, bring it up to you all because I feel like it's different with this show because so much has happened in real time because they gave them a 6-year hiatus. So it kind of makes it difficult to not talk about stuff that happens in real life. So just be on the lookout if we hear enough stuff, who knows, we might come back, but if not, we'll just incorporate it into next week's show, anything that we found in these interviews. Yes. But that's really all I have.
That's all we got for y'all today. We do thank y'all for rocking with us. All the lovely people that came in, even a stupid troll that came in trying to knock us off our square. Don't you ever come back up in here again.
Please don't. I don't know you character on my channel because I like to keep it cute on here because I represent a brand that is very much professional, but try me.
Don't do it. Don't get on the Gemini's bad side. It's not a cute look. It's never pretty. And they're gonna cut you deep and then forget it ever even happened. They won't even think about it again. So don't do it.
It's not gonna take away from my life. I just go on about my regularly scheduled program. But yeah, y'all, I enjoyed you. I know my sis enjoyed you as well. We appreciate everybody who was in the chat, and we appreciate anybody else who's going to catch this on the playback. Shout out to the replay gang. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't, even though we're over 2 hours in at this point. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we will be back next week.
Sure will. Same bad time, same bad channel. We see y'all next week. Y'all have a good rest of the week and weekend. Oh, tomorrow's my granddaughter's birthday. Happy birthday to Nevaeh and happy birthday to Blaze. My granddaughters will be 9 and 6. Their birthdays on the same day. So happy birthday, babies! Until they'll be a whole year older next week.
Or is it still Cancer season?
My babies are Leos.
I love Leos. Oh.
They are Leos. Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Leo season. Okay. Yes. So definitely say your happy birthdays in the chat. And
yeah.
Next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.